Alright, friends, I must make a confession. I think this is the first day um, of my daily vids where I have restarted the video after filming, which I guess wasn't even a rule I established at the beginning of this little adventure, but yeah, it was kind of like a challenge for myself, like just going with it, even if it felt like things weren't flowing at first. But today, I actually did it just a few minutes ago, in fact, because I did laundry earlier today and I was like, great, this is amazing. I can just talk as I do laundry. Um, but what's really interesting about the way that my ADHD manifests is that there's some people that with ADHD where they're really good at doing tasks while talking. But for me, I really need to like fully focus on a conversation and focus on talking. So even though like YouTube, I'm not talking to like a physical person with me right now, um I still devote like I need to put all my attention into the talking part. Yeah, even as a barista, there are some baristas that are amazing at talking as they make your drink. Me as a barista, I will always mess up the drink. Um, I'll either not steam it right, I'll weigh something wrong, the latte art will be extra bad. Like, it's really challenging, but some people are really good at it, which is cool. But I think it's good for me to, I guess, be reaffirmed that I'm not that type of person. So, I'm gonna fold my laundry after this video. But today, so in that first little round, I wanted to give an update for, I think it's my second week of skating. And mind you, I haven't been skating like every single day, but this is like the the second week since like that first day I started. And I've already realized kind of a lot that I didn't even give myself time to learn when I first tried skating 3 years ago. So the first thing, which is what I found out at like the beginner skate night I went to, is that my wheels on my skateboard are super hard, which, oh my god, I can't remember if I talked about this now before in the first video I made, but I didn't know there were different types of wheels. I just didn't really know anything about skateboarding when I got my skateboard. So yeah, my wheels were super hard, which are designed for a really smooth surface, so like a skate park, and I was trying to learn how to skate in is it concrete or gravel? Like a rocky parking lot, and fell off my skateboard. It was a scary time. I didn't have a helmet, which I do have now and I'm using every time I skate. But yeah, I was told about the wheels thing, so I got softer wheels and feel way more comfortable. I've been trying to find like more smoother roads or surfaces to skate on. But yeah, I'm not ready to go to the skate park yet. So yeah, the wheels were one thing. My trucks were really loose, which is, I mean, there's so many videos on YouTube about this, so like this might be common knowledge, but yeah, when you're on the board and like when you shift your weight forward or back, when the trucks are super loose, basically these are the wheels. Wow, this is not a great diagram. These are the wheels, the truck like connects the two and connects it to the board. So the board will like really lean with your weight when the trucks are loose. And when it's stiffer, it's easier to or tighter. When the trucks are tightened, it's easier to balance on. So I just tightened my trucks today. But the physical board aside, this is one of those things that you just don't like, there's certain things you don't realize till you begin doing something, but like skateboarding is essentially like all balance, and I didn't think about that, because you look at someone with 2 feet on a board and like you don't think about how so much of skateboarding, I guess like the movement part, is balancing on one foot specifically. And it's really hard. It's really hard doing that. And I didn't really do sports in high school, or before then for that matter. Yeah, I have never really been super athletic for many reasons, but it is kind of like funny, but in a little bit of like a damn type of way, realizing just how many things require like an athletic foundation. Obviously, physical health is super important, but if you're dealing with depression, for example, or any kind of mental illness, it's challenging just to like eat and brush your teeth and stuff. So if you're not in a routine of working out or doing some kind of physical movement, it can be really challenging to get yourself to do it. And then for me, I also like have ADHD on top of all that. So yeah, I just have never really been in a place where I'm consistently like physically moving my body. I've actually been going on a lot more walks this past year, which has been really, really wonderful. And I really like walking places now. Like I'll have the option of walking versus driving. And I mean, to an extent, I don't walk like hours and hours, but yeah, I like walking places now. I like looking at the trees, smelling the trees. You know, when the wind passes through and you get a whiff of the je ne sais quoi. I don't know. It's a good time. And like, I think learning to forage is really cool too. So I've been trying to look at all the different fruit trees. But anyway, like walking aside, more strenuous physical activity I just haven't done in a while. I did run a little in high school, and I've had like a couple eras in my life where I was going to the gym, but this is really me getting back into it. And to tie this all back to skating, well, actually, I wanted to talk about singing first. So I took some singing classes a couple months ago. I'm not taking them anymore. It's kind of just a short-term thing, mostly because they're really freaking expensive. But I didn't realize how much of singing is, what's it called? Oh my god, I don't even know the word for it. It's what you build when you do cardio. So, like, because you're breathing so much and you're engaging your core, like, you actually need to have, what's it called? Oxygen breath something. You need to be in really good shape to sing. Maybe some people disagree with that, but you need to have like a strong aerobic health. I think that's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, when I was learning to sing, I was like, damn, do I need to begin running? And I wanted to, but running is just not super fun for me. But yeah, with skating, I'm finally coming back to it, I swear, guys. The balancing part. so much of it is just learning how to balance on one foot on top of this moving surface. And it's really challenging because you're using so many muscles that, like, it requires flexibility, which fortunately my job has led me to have a stretching routine for the past few months. But there's so many moving pieces to it. I mean, obviously core strength. Everything has core strength. Yeah, the balance. Like, you're essentially like squatting on the board too. So like all the stuff that the parts of your body, the muscles you're working when you're squatting, you're doing that on a board. Like, there's so much going on. And it is just super, super challenging. But I think there's something different about skateboarding for me, where for me, if it was just like squats for the sake of squats, planks for the sake of planks, it was just, I felt like I lacked motivation to just do that stuff willy-nilly just cause. But when it comes to skateboarding, I'm like, I want to be able to cruise on my board and go places. And I didn't even think I wanted to do tricks that much, but I think eventually. It's just cool though. It's cool, and I can see why people are so into it and so passionate about it, because it is super fun and it's a challenge, but the reward is just like, it's like I'm getting it. I get it. And it's super cool, and I'm gonna keep trying. But yeah, the balance, I realized I need to work on my balance a lot. Yeah. I feel like there was one more thing that low-key was blowing my mind when it came to skateboarding, but I don't remember it. I'm sure it'll come to me. Oh, okay. This video is already pretty long, but it's okay. Falling. Yeah, so even growing up, I was always someone who was really afraid of like high risk activities where I could hurt myself. I was a very cautious kid. I still am a cautious person now, and skating does not fit within that. The falling part though, there's so much fear around falling. This is a very common thing, and learning how to fall is like core to skating. And people who have an athletic background, a sports background, have an advantage with knowing how to fall, because more of that muscle memory is ingrained into their body. The biggest things is you don't want to put like your hand straight out, like on the ground. Okay, this isn't a great demonstration, but that's how you break it. You want to like, I don't even know how to explain it physics wise, but you want like to bend your arms and like roll with the momentum. I do know this. The objects in motion tend to stay in motion unless blah 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 blah. I took conceptual physics freshman year of high school. I did that. We had like a car crashes unit where we kind of talked about this stuff. Oh, well, I don't know if it was a unit, but we talked about car crashes, which was really interesting. But yeah, if you're like moving really fast on a skateboard and you stop suddenly, like all that, there's like math equations for this, but like the force will like be absorbed by your body, and that's what breaks bones or causes really bad injuries. So knowing how to fall is really, really, really important. And even with the helmet, you still want to make sure you're not like banging your head. So learning how to fall, I was like watching these videos on YouTube of people just going to the park and like skating into the grass and falling, and I want to be that person so bad. And I'm gonna try maybe, but with the Listen, I'm all about exposure therapy when it comes to social anxiety. Like, I'm all about putting yourself out of your comfort zone. I just don't think I'm ready for that right now. Not this week at least, but I do want to force myself to just go to the park and keep like falling in front of people, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I was like Googling, and there's actually like a lot of martial arts. You need to know how to fall, or there's like parkour classes in my city. So I'm thinking, and I've wanted to do stuff like classes like that for a while anyway. So I'm like, kill two birds with one stone. And like, yeah, so it's on my noggin. I'm like, I need some way to practice falling so I can just not be so scared of the board like moving under me and feeling unsteady. So yeah, that is where I'm at right now. I'm trying to make sure to not do too much research. Like there are certain times where, again, this is the ADHD thing, where you think so much about the task and you look at try to research all the intricacies of how to do it right, when so much of it is actually just going out and doing it and practicing it and being bad at it and just continuing to do it. So I'm trying to make sure I'm not like studying it too much compared to actually doing it. But I do recognize that like there are certain things that I do need to work on before other stuff. So the balance is absolutely something I could practice at home. I've been standing on my skateboard for like 1 foot. And I'm practicing with both my feet too, for like 2 minutes. Yeah, we'll see. I don't even have like a set routine now, but it's been cool. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the video here. Wow. I was supposed to be in bed 8 minutes ago. It's okay. That is all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. If you're also learning to skate, I'm so excited for us. Yeah, we all need to stop telling ourselves that we're too old to learn something, because we can tell ourselves that the rest of our lives. And just because you didn't learn something when you were 5 years old and have been doing it for 10, 12, 15, 16, 17, 8, and so on, that many years, you can still start now. We do not need to be professionals at everything we do. We do not need to be experts. We can just do things for fun. This is my affirmation for myself as well. Okay, bye.